Is there a responsibility with having a school named after you?
Yes, there is a responsibility because you have a reputation that you have to keep in front of people, and having a school named after you is probably one of the most exciting things that can happen to a person, because not only are your friends and family know about it, all of the children that are in the school have families and they recognize your name too, so very important.
Besides being a teacher, is there anything else you did in the district?
Yes, I taught adults in the evenings and taught students in the daytime, and then once a month I'd have adults I would teach. And then I was responsible for some of the activities with the clubs, and there were just a lot of things to do besides just sit and teach in the classroom, because they were very active in the community as well as all the school district activities.
Why did you choose to become a teacher?
I chose to become a teacher because way back in the early ages, when I was growing up, there were not that many professions for girls. But my mother was a teacher, and I always thought my mother was the most wonderful person in the world, and she died at a very young age, so I was determined I was going to show her from when she looked down from heaven that I was going to be just like her. I was going to be a teacher. That's why I chose teaching, because of my mother.
Was there segregation in the schools you taught at?
Yes, there was segregation when I first started teaching here, and it worked out okay because the superintendent and I would go down to the Douglas School where the African American children were, and we'd go to their meetings and go to their activities. So there were some changes, but we accepted it and worked with it well because everybody was segregated back then.
Do you think children are different now than when you were a teacher?
Oh, that's a good question. There are a few differences. You have more experiences, more varied, but down deep inside you're still a boy and a girl. You're still growing up, and you still have needs that a teacher can help you with. So there's some changes, but not enough to make much difference.
What do you want people to remember you for?
What do I?
What do you want people to remember you for?
Oh, I want them to remember me for being a good teacher and having a school named after me. And I love to tell people that if they don't know, I drive them out here and show them the school. So that's something that's very, very special.
How did you feel about the segregation in the schools that you taught at?
Well, I think it limited the students because they weren't exposed to all types of people. And I think that's one of the reasons why segregation was dismissed and done away with, is because we need to be exposed to all kinds of people, and we should be able to like them and work with them and deal with them. And we're different, and they need to know us as well as we need to know them.